Hello. There we go. I was worried I would miss you this morning.
And this is your way of showing it? Huh, really, you shouldn't have. I'm not taking that.
What? What do you mean you're not taking it? It's trash.
No, it's not trash, and I'm not taking it.
How is it not trash? I just brought it from my house. I don't use it anymore. I don't need it. I don't want it.
You not wanting it doesn't matter one bit. It's not trash, it's pollution. I'm not taking it.
Pollution? How is this pollution? It's just a computer monitor.
Okay. I gotta go. I gotta, trash.
Seriously? Are you gonna take this with you?
Nope.
And throw it away? Can you toss, excuse me, could you please come back?
Be responsible.
Be responsible? Do your job. Throw this away. It's not trash. I need a scientist.
It's iodine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine. Science you find in the city. Energy's discrete on the corner, on the street. It's science you find in the city. It's oscillators, regulators, emulators, generators. Science you find in the city. It's time to explore what science is for. Out the window and beyond the door.
City Science with Mike Davis.
Hey, Professor Mike, I have a question for you.
Oh, hi. Just getting a drink. What can I help you with?
Well, the other day, I was cleaning up the house, and I found some old electronic stuff and a computer monitor that I wanted to throw away.
Uh-huh.
But the garbage man wouldn't take it. He said, it's not trash, it's pollution.
Uh-huh.
Well, he was such a jerk. I'm completely over him.
No, you were.
Excuse me?
Yeah, he was right.
Well, how's what I throw in the trash pollution? It's not like I dumped it in the lake or left it in the street.
No, not directly.
Well, then how's it pollution?
This is how.
You're going to have to give me a better explanation than that. Don't you have like some graphs or maybe a pie chart? Anything of that nature?
Come on, I'll show you. Thought I'd give you a little lay of the land.
You mean the lake?
Yeah, and the river. This is Lake Michigan, one of the 5 Great Lakes and the source of our drinking water. That is the Chicago River.
I'm with you so far.
Chicago's population grew a lot faster than natural resources could adapt to, and it put a little stress on the river.
A stressed out river?
Well, yeah, this area developed pretty quickly, and that diverted a lot of flood and rainwater into the Chicago River, which also became the city's official sewer in the middle 1800s.
That's disgusting.
What's disgusting is that river would flow into Lake Michigan, the source of our drinking water.
So people were drinking sewage?
Sewage, runoff, waste from the Southside meatpacking plants. It was a pretty big problem, and there were some serious battles with disease.
Is that why they reversed the flow of the river?
It was a good reason to start. In the middle 1800s, there was a plan developed to run a 28-mile canal from Damon Avenue out to the town of Lockport. It took scores of workers, 18 years and $33 million to complete the project. Now the Chicago River is connected to the Des Plaines River, which through the Illinois and the Mississippi flows out into the Gulf of Mexico.
Well, that's cool and all, but from here, it looks like the river and the lake are still connected.
Well, it seems like they are connected, and it seems like they do touch, but they are separated by a couple of locks. You see, there are 2 different elevations, and if a boat wishes to travel from, let's say, the lake to the river, it does so through those locks.
So our drinking water comes from way out there?
Yeah. You know what's in it?
There's something in our water?
Possibly. Let's see. This is a demonstration that deals with water. This is a light bulb. It's plugged into a light socket, and that light socket's plugged into the wall. The light bulb is not lit because these 2 prongs here are separated. There's nothing touching them, so electricity can't go between them, and I can't have this light bulb lit yet. So what I want to do is introduce something that'll allow that to happen, like a wire. So I have some deionized water. I'm going to pour some in here. Deionized water means it has no ions in it. It's just hydrogen and oxygen, H2O. Put this underneath here. Does the light bulb go on? No. So what I'm going to do now is pour some into here and add just a little bit of salt to it, sodium chloride. Does salt dissolve in water?
Yeah.
A little bit, yes it does. So I'm going to put some salt in here, not very much. Stir it up. What's going to happen when I put this underneath the light bulb? You think the light bulb will light up? Yeah. Okay, let's see. Like a Christmas tree. This light bulb is on. That's because when salt dissolves in water, it makes ions called electrolytes. And they are able to conduct electricity through the solution, and the light bulb is on. Now take it off. It goes off. Do other things dissolve in water?
Yeah.
Like what do you use to make Kool-Aid? What's one of the ingredients you use to make Kool-Aid? What's that? Sugar. You use lots and lots of sugar to make Kool-Aid. So, I'm going to put some sugar in here. If it lights up the light bulb, that will tell me that sugar dissolves and makes ions. And if it doesn't light up the light bulb, that means it dissolves and does not make ions. So, put the sugar in here, mixing it up. What do you guys think is going to happen? It's not going to light up? All right, let's see. It doesn't light up. That tells us that sugar, when it dissolves in water, does not make ions, does not make electrolytes. So sugar is a non-electrolyte. Now, do you think there are electrolytes in the water you drink? No. Like water from the drinking fountain? Okay, can I get someone to do me a favor? Can you do me a favor and go out to the drinking fountain? It's outside there in the hall. Make a right. Bring me back some water from the drinking fountain. Okay, thank you very much. So she brought us water right from that drinking fountain. But how many of you guys think, or we can even do a show of hands, that we're going to have this light up? Is this going to light up the light bulb? Raise your hand if you think yes. Raise your hand if you think no. Okay. All right, let's see. Ready? And it does. This is drinking fountain water. And all it does is it lights up the light bulb. And all that tells us is that we have electrolytes in our drinking water. Is that a bad thing? No, not necessarily. It's used as part of the water purification process. Things like fluoride are in the water, and that helps with our teeth. But we don't have to get water from the drinking fountain, right? We can get bottled water. Do you think bottled water would do the same thing? Maybe? All right, so let's see here. I'll pour some bottled water into here. Let's do it again. Show of hands. Who thinks the bottled water is going to do it? Who thinks the bottled water is not going to do it? Okay. Look at that. Bottled water has electrolytes too. And all that tells us is that when we have bottled water or when we have tap water, we have more than just H2O, hydrogen and oxygen making water. We have some electrolytes in there, and that's okay. It's part of the purification process, and part of it there for health, and part of it to keep things relatively clean.
You know, I can't believe there are these little electo things inside the water.
Well, like I said, they're there to help kill things like bacteria. And trust me, we are better off with them being there.
It's just a little eye-opening, you know?
Yeah, that's why I invited our friend Beth Murphy from the EPA to tell us a little bit more about this.
Hi.
Hi, Beth.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
So can you tell us a little bit about the Great Lakes?
Sure. The Great Lakes are a world-class resource that are available to everyone in Chicago through Lake Michigan. And there are 5 Great Lakes.
And how would we remember those?
There's a good acronym called HOMES. H for Huron, O for Ontario, M for Michigan, E for Erie, and S for Superior.
Oh, that's a great way to remember them. So how do the Great Lakes work? I mean, are they connected?
The 5 Great Lakes kind of flow downhill. So the water starts in Lake Superior and goes into Lake Michigan and Lake Huron, into Lake Erie, and then over Niagara Falls into Lake Ontario, and then out to the Atlantic Ocean through the St. Lawrence Seaway.
So this is something we really share with the world.
We do. 4 of the Great Lakes we share with Canada, and then Lake Michigan is just in the United States.
Okay, now how much water are we talking about here?
A lot of water. The Great Lakes make up over 20% of the whole planet's fresh surface water. And just to give you an idea, if you drained the Great Lakes onto the lower 48 states, we would be standing in water that's over 10 feet deep.
All the water in the Great Lakes would flood us 10 feet?
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
It's a lot of water.
Wow, so it also sounds like since there's so much water, there's a lot for us to take care of.
Yes. There are 25 million people get their drinking water from the Great Lakes, but only 1% of that water is new every year, which means water that comes from rain and snow.
So new water, what does that mean? Is some of our water old?
There's something called retention time, which is the amount of time it takes the new water to come into the lake and kind of cycle through and make its way out.